Hey guys, I wanted to share about a tool that I created. It's called the Smart Blog Stylist, and it's a WordPress plugin that essentially allows you to stylize your blog post content. So, like your headings and your quotes, links, paragraphs, bullet points, images, and comment section. A lot of you know that with Showit in the design settings, these are the settings that are applied to your single blog post. So, your title is the H1, the heading is the H2, subheading is H3. And then you have your paragraph, but it doesn't give you options to, style the quote or the comment section, or like images by like adding spacing between the images and stuff. I wanted to show you what this blog post looks like without the plugin installed. So you can see that it's just using the regular show design settings for the H2. You can see there's no space between the image and this H3 here. The quote, it just has like a gray box behind it. And then this is the comment section here. It's just pretty basic, no real styling at all. Now, if I go back to plugins and click on activate, and then I go back to this, I've already actually set all my styles here. So I'll go over that here in a second. But now if I refresh, here's the comment section. Here's the quote, which looks a lot better. The H2s, I obviously use the same font, but I just made them a little bit smaller. You can adjust the spacing in between the headings and paragraphs. The bullet points are now like indented. Images have this border radius that you can see here. And there's actually even more that you can do with this. So let me jump over to the plugin and show you. You get the option to stylize your heading, so H1 all the way through H6. And so what's really cool about this is inside the settings, you have this upload fonts area, and you can actually upload any sort of font like OTF, TTF, or WOFF. And you can see your fonts here. This is my fonts manager, so you can see all the custom fonts that I've uploaded. You can actually upload Google fonts as well. Just grab like the Google font link and put it here, and it will add a Google font here. The plugin does come with a handful of Google fonts, but I didn't want to bloat it with adding like all 900 plus Google fonts. You can also add your brand colors. So when you're stylizing something, like for example, your H2, you can see under font family, you can see all of my custom fonts that I've uploaded. If I wanted to change something, I can easily just switch it like that. You have your font size. It's just a slider here, line height, letter spacing, word spacing, and then some other styling points here. So you can italicize it, overline, strike through, underline, and then transforms uppercase, title case, and then your alignment. And then you have your font color. And then margin and padding. So the margin and padding is where all the magic happens with spacing. So you can see I've added 20 pixels of margin to the bottom and 10 pixels of margin to the top of my H2. And that's going to just add more styling. So if I do something like extreme here, like let's do a 75 on the bottom, hit save settings, and I refresh, you'll see instantly that that's updated to 75. One cool thing about the bullet points is you have this list gap slider, so you can actually add space between the list items. You can see you can add your margin left here. I added 50 pixels of margin left. If I do like 0, it just aligns it up with the paragraph. But I think an indented bullet point list is really cool. You can also change the marker color. So if I wanted it to be blue or red, and then I hit save and I refresh, you can see that the marker color actually changes as well, which I think is a really cool feature. Images, this one's really fun. This is actually the most requested feature, is adding the ability to add spacing but above and below images. So you can see margin. I have 40 pixels of margin on the bottom, and I can increase that to something like 50. I can add 50 up top as well. The padding's really cool. Padding comes into play when I want to add a border. So if I do a solid border and I want my border width to be, let's say 3, and border radius to be 10, that's good, or 15, something like that. And I have my border color, so you can select whatever color you want. And then if I want to add like a matte feature, this is where padding comes into play. I can add, let's say like 20 pixels of padding, and you can see it adds like a matte feature around all of the images. I hit save settings, and all of my images on all of my blogs are instantly updated with that feature, which I think is really cool as well. And last but not least, my favorite is the comments designer. You saw the before and after. This just makes commenting and having conversation on your blog so much more inviting. And same settings, you have all the settings for all of the individual elements within the comments. So the author, so this is literally just going to change settings for the author. For the meta, this is the meta here. The body, so this is going to be the text within the comment. The reply button, like if you want to have square buttons, you just have no border radius. If you want to have pill shaped buttons, you just add 100 pixels or whatever that looks like. You can have your font color. You can change your font color to something darker if you have your background color something lighter. So there's a ton of different styling options for this plugin, and including child comment styles, and then also the comment form and the reply button. So that's going to stylize this down here. So if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. If you guys have any feature requests, I'd love to hear them as well. I'm trying to always make this plugin even better. There is a free version of this as well, which gives you the option to stylize the H1, H2, and H3 in your paragraphs and links, which is really cool. And so you can add that to all of your client sites for free and stylize their blog to make it match the beautiful design that you created for them in Showit. So thanks.